The Berean literal Bible translation in Mark 11:23 says, "Truly I say to you that whoever shall say to this mountain, be you taken away, and be you cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe what he says takes place, it will be done for him." And so there's two things there. He says you need to say it. If you say it to the mountain, and then he says back to the thing of creative thoughts, believe it in your heart. It will be done for him, he says. It'll be done. And so there you combine the two. Saying it, believing it, thinking it, and then you got the manifestation. Thoughts and words are energy. I told you some are higher, some are lower. But when higher energy occupies the same field as lower energy, the lower energy converts to a higher energy. So you have the ability with your words to change your environment. You can create a different environment just by your words. You've got a dark room, and you take a candle into a dark room. The candle, the light of the candle, is a higher energy. And since light moves faster than non-light, when the candle is brought into the dark room, not only does the darkness dissolve and dissipate, but it seems to magically be converted into light because you brought it there. Your words are like light in a dark place. You can create. You can make things manifest. Say to the mountain, be cast into the sea, and believe it. Emoto's experiment with the water proved it. He did the similar thing with rice, where he put white rice in two containers and spoke positive words to one, negative words to the other. And the outcome was amazingly different between the two. One rice spoiled and turned dark quickly, and the other rice stayed healthy much longer because of the power of words. So the thing I want to encourage you about is to become aware of the words you speak. Don't just carelessly say things, because words have power. And again, when the words go out at a certain frequency, they're going to resonate with outcomes that match that frequency. So don't go around saying, this car always breaks down. Really? You want to say that? We're going to be broke all of our lives. I used to say this. There's a road near where we live, over here on Highway 19. I'd always say, until I learned better, I would say, I always catch every red light on this road. And you know what? I did. I would. I quit saying that. I'm trying to think if I can honestly say I've seen a difference. I'll tell you something, another example I've seen a difference. Those of you in my Quantum Life group know this. It's kind of an inside joke, those of us in the Quantum Life group, that many days when I've been teaching, the guy edging the ground would be outside my door, or the guy with the leaf blower, and he would interfere and interrupt with my ability to be heard over the video. And I used to talk about it, joke about it, focus on it, and say, that guy's here every time I try to teach on Friday especially. He's here at the same time every time. And sure enough, it would happen. And you know what? Somebody said, let's quit focusing on that. And we did, and I can't think of the last time he's shown up. You may be thinking, Steve, you're being ridiculous now. Okay. That's up to you whether you believe it or not. All right. I used to be there. If you're a skeptic, hey, you're talking to a recovering skeptic. I'm nobody's fool in the sense that I'm gullible and believe everything I hear. I'm one of those that say, okay, well, here's my objection. Now prove it to me. But you know what? Science has proven it to me. And those of you that don't have such a strong affinity or confidence in the outcome of science, despite the fact that the results are the same every single time they do the experiment, then I'm going to bring your little religious backside right back down to your spiritual orientation. Do you believe the words of Jesus? Do you believe Do you believe that he was telling the truth, that when he said that all things, whatever you pray and ask for, believe that you've received them and you will receive them? Believe that you have received them and you will receive them. Back to that Berean translation I gave. Would speak to the mountain and believe it takes place right now in the present moment. It's done. And it'll happen for you. You believe the words of Jesus? Here's what I want to challenge you to do. Some of you are believing it and you know it's true. It resonates in you. My words, my thoughts, this message resonates with you. So, become very proactive about removing all doubt and creating a thought process and a verbal habits that are harmonious with the universe around you and the things that you want to see manifest. Change the way you talk. Stop saying, my body's falling apart. My back is killing me. Stop talking that way. I'll tell you, I used to say, oh, that's silly. But it's not silly. I'm writing a book. Maybe by the time you see this, I don't know when you'll see it. Certainly those who see it right away, this will not be true for you. But some of you, maybe you, by the time you see this, I will have written this book I'm working on called Quantum Life. And I'm going to give a lot more scientific evidence and a lot more proof. I used to mock it and say, oh, come on. My words cannot have that kind of power. But they do. Some of you in the Christian world that are all about faith, and you say, I wish I had more faith. And then things you pray and you ask God to do something that you don't realize He's already empowered you with the ability to do if you understand the customs of the quantum life, the principles of the kingdom of God. You say, oh, God, do this, do this, do this. And God said, I'm already giving you everything for you to do it. I'm not going to do it. I've empowered you to do it. I'm waiting for you to learn, and you do it. Anyway. So Christian folks say, I just need more faith. I just need more faith. When things don't manifest, it doesn't happen the way they want. They say, oh, you didn't have enough faith, or I didn't have enough faith. How do you get more faith? How do you get more faith? You want the man that wrote more than half the New Testament, the Apostle Paul, you want to hear what he said about it? He said, this is the message concerning faith that I teach. You interested? I'll read it again. The message, that is the message concerning faith that we proclaim. That's what Paul, the apostle, said. I'm teasing it. You wish you had more faith? You believe that faith moves mountains? You believe faith can accomplish things? You think that if you could speak in faith and really believe, you could see great things happen in your life? Well, how do you get more faith? Paul, how do I get more faith? Well, that's the message concerning faith I proclaim. What? What's the message? Romans 10:8. The word is near you. You mean faith? Faith is near me? That kind of power, that kind of ability is near me? Where is it? I'll read the whole verse. I'll quit playing around with it. Romans 10:8. The word is near you. It is in your mouth and in your heart. That is the message concerning faith we proclaim. The Word. He said, this is the message we proclaim about faith. Where is it? It's near you. Where? It's in your mouth, in your spoken word, and in your heart, in your beliefs. And remember, I told you in another session, persistent, repeated thoughts become your beliefs. So it's in the way you think and the way you talk. That's where your faith is. Quit praying, oh God, give me more faith. Quit saying, I wish I could be better at focused intention. You understand the quantum stuff. You say, oh, I wish I could be better at focused intention. Stop saying that. Don't stop saying I wish. I want to be better. No, stop saying that. Change the way you talk. The word is near you. The ability, the power is near you. Where? It's in your mouth and in your heart. You don't have to try to have more faith. You don't have to wish and want to be better at focused intention. I used to say, okay, you tell me I need more faith. Where am I supposed to get it? But now I know. It's in my words. It's been hiding there all along. In my unspoken words. Jesus said, if you speak to a tree and say, be rooted up and cast into the sea, it will obey you. Jesus spoke to waves, stormy waves on the ocean, wind, trees, diseased bodies. He spoke words and kabang, things happen through the power of spoken words and belief. I want to encourage you. I want to challenge you. Change the way you talk. Change the way you talk. Don't be saying, I wish this. Don't be saying, well, I just want to. Don't be saying, I want. I just want this. I want that, as if it's some future thing. Because when you say, I want, you know what the word want means? I mean, you could say, well, it means desire, but the word want can also mean lack. And let's face it, when we say, I want something that I believe I don't now possess, then it's out there in front of me. And when I say, I want it, you're talking about a future thing. I want to be well. Don't say that. I want to have financial provision that I need. I want to learn. Don't say that. Put it in present tense. Change your words. I am well. I'm health. I'm abundance. You live in union with divine source, right? So what do we want? What is it we want? What is it we lack? So let's speak from the place that is indicative of our present moment experience, which is living in union with ultimate source, with all things. I mean, you can say, I will see this need met. I will see myself growing stronger and stronger. But don't express lack through the lower vibration words that denote deficiency. Because I'm going to say it, you'll attract that very thing. That's what you'll connect to. So quit using negative language about yourself, about other people. Speak positively about yourself. Speak positively about others. I've seen sitcoms on TV and movies where the character will look at another one, and it's true in real life, where somebody says, you look tired. And the other person will say, well, I have not felt well lately. I have been tired. Anybody ever say that to you? You look tired. You don't look like you feel good today. And all of a sudden, all the air goes out of your cells, and you feel tired and depleted. And you say, yeah, I've been under a lot of stress lately. Well, if you feel tired, if you feel spent, say, I will feel more energetic. You look tired. Well, I'm going to feel better. I'm not saying, listen to what I'm saying now. I'm not indicating you should pretend that the present moment feeling or experience that you're aware of is not happening in space-time. But I'm telling you to look through it. Because it is in your weakness that he is strong, right? Let the poor say I am, what? I'm quoting the Bible now. Let the poor say, I am rich. Let the weak say, I am strong. You say, that seems like it's hypocritical. No. Hypocrisy means we live in a way that's inconsistent with the truth about ourselves. It's true. You live in union with a divine source. You live in union with the matrix. You are strong. You are rich. Whatever it is. I've said it to you in my Quantum Life group again and again. Let's practice these I am statements. I am, I am, I am. Don't say I want to be. Say I am. And if it hasn't manifested in front of your face yet, say I'm becoming. I'm getting stronger. I'm becoming whatever. Make it a present moment reality that it's already done and that you're seeing it unfold right in front of you. Don't speak limiting words. Don't say, well, hopefully, maybe, one day. I hope. No, don't do that. Speak high energy, vibration, high vibration, positive words of blessing about yourself, and speak those same words to others. My dad, I've told this to friends, my dad, he died in 2006. Some who might have known my dad personally might even remember this to be the case. If you ever were to see my dad and ask him, how are you, Mac? He'd always answer the same thing. He'd say, I'm fantastic. He never said fine. He'd say, I'm fantastic, every time, as long as I could remember. How are you doing, Mac? I'm fantastic. I remember when he was diagnosed with cancer. He didn't die from cancer, but he was diagnosed with a horrible cancer in a gland in his neck. And the doctor painted a terribly dark prognosis. I had driven him to the hospital, to the doctor's office. We were driving home, and it was horrendous. It was a death sentence. It ended up going away. But on that day, the doctor had basically given him a death sentence. We drove home, and I was driving, tears were streaming down my cheeks. And my dad said this to me, I'll never forget. He said, son, it's all right. I'm still fantastic. And he said, life is fantastic. And I'll be honest, I wish I hadn't done it. But with a quivering voice and tears running down my cheeks, I said, not today, Dad. And my dad, attempting to use humor to lighten the situation, said to me, well, I look at it this way. I was going to have to buy a new lawnmower this coming spring, and now I don't suppose I'll have to do that. So at least there's that. I'm fantastic. If you were to go to my dad's grave today, and as I said, he died in 2004, or was it 2006? I think it was 2006. My mother died 4, he died 6. Anyway, if you were to go to my dad's grave today, there would be his name on the grave, on the headstone, and right under it you would see the words, I am fantastic. And it's true. It's true of him now more than ever. Bless yourself with your words. Because your words are framing the infrastructure of your mind and your emotions and your experience, your life. Speak the right words. Like my dad, when somebody asks you how you doing, instead of saying, well, I'm okay, I'm doing pretty good, or some people say, not bad. Instead of that, why don't we say like my dad did, I'm fantastic. Use superlatives to bump our energy up. Because those words are vibrational energy, and when we vibrate and put out those high words like that, I'm telling you again, it is science. Because everything is interconnected, including our thoughts and words, our beliefs. It's all interconnected, and then our external experiences. So the key to tapping in to the culture of the quantum life, the kingdom of God, the matrix, in this regard, is to change the level of your vibration. Don't be down. Don't be down. Be up. Get high in a healthy way by your words. You look down today. Oh, I'm down to the dumps. I'm feeling low. You hear that kind of talk? Well, I need something to pick me up. That's all true. You see how hidden inside our language, disguised in our language, we convey our intrinsic knowledge of these things. Let's speak the words that will raise our vibration. And when you start to talk differently, your thoughts and your words being raised, you're going to begin to feel differently, and then when you think and feel and talk differently, you're going to begin to act differently, and then when you act differently, you're going to begin to break old patterns and create new healthy patterns, and you're no longer going to conform to the pattern of this world. You're going to rise above it. You're going to live in transcendence. You're going to not be conformed, but be transformed, trans meaning across. You're going to step across the pattern of the world, and you're going to begin to live out of the supernatural arena called the matrix field, the kingdom of God. And you're going to rewrite the script of your life and change it so that now by your words you're going to begin to write a very beautiful script. You're going to create new opportunities and new outcomes. I tell you that your potential is limitless because every possibility exists in the supernatural domain and superposition in the matrix. All things are possible with God. So when you get this, you can begin to shape your own life experience through your thoughts, as I talked about before, and your words, your attention. And I want to say this is from a Christian standpoint, this is where prayer and faith really means something. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is practical living in the kingdom, so to speak. And if you're not a Christian, hey, the Bible said God causes it to rain on the just and the unjust. And rain is a good thing to a farmer when that verse was written. So the good news of these quantum truths, they'll work for you whether you are a Christ follower or not, because that's the kind of God I know. He just decides to bless us all, independent of anything we do or don't do. Well, I'll stop there. I hope this has been an encouragement to you. And we'll move on next time and go further with these 5 spiritual truths that quantum physics teaches. In the meantime, before I see you, let's put this one to practice. All right, see you then.